I'm making this quick video to explain completing the square using a diagrammatic approach because I understand most of you all hate it, you don't understand it, or you probably give up on it. So let me go. Before I start off, I just want to say most algebraic expressions could be represented graphically as a square or a rectangle, right? Hence quadratic, quadrilateral. So let's start off. X squared could be represented as a square with lengths x and x. And x by x would give you back x squared, right? We have 4 x's now. So how we could represent that is we could represent that using 4 blocks of x. So if I want to make a block of x, right, this dimension would have to be x, right? And we're saying that this is x. And the top dimension would have to be 1. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because what's 1 by x? X. So this block over here represents x, right? But we have 4 x's, so I'll add 3 more x blocks to get back the 4x. And lastly, we have 1. Now 1 could be represented by a square with lengths 1 by 1. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because 1 by 1 will give me back 1. So I just wrote the original quadratic expression as a diagrammatic representation. So they mean the same thing. Now, this does not look like a square. So what we're going to do is we're going to rearrange some elements to make it look like a square. I'm going to put my x squared block over here. I'm going to take 2 out of these x blocks. I'm going to place it over here. I'm going to take these 2 and I'm going to rotate them and place it to the bottom of x squared. And I'm going to take my 1 and I'm going to place it over here. Now, you'd probably notice that this looks like a square, right? You could see that it looks like a square. However, it's not a complete square because we are missing 3 blocks. So let me explain something. If I wanted to write f of x, this is what I'll do. Remember, the dimension for x squared is x by x. The dimension for the x block is 1 by x. And this one is 1 by x as well. So if this dimension is x, this dimension is 1, and this dimension is 1, then this length over here will be x plus 1, which is equal to x plus 2. And it'll be the same thing for the other side, because it's a square. So my final expression could be written as x plus 2 by x plus 2, which would be the entire square, alright, so x plus 2 squared. However, remember, we are missing 3 blocks. So we don't have a perfect square, so we're going to subtract 3. And just like that, we would have represented our original expression in the completing the square form. If you learned something new, let me know, guys.